Hello to you all, and thank you for still being with us. And I'm Addis Ababa with OBN's English News, and here is the first one. Members of the House of People's Representatives have discussed draft bill of education and training submitted by the Ministry of Education for further comments and approval. Lata Teresa has more on this.
Minister of Education Ministry, Dr. Delegate, who presented the Education and Training draft bill to the House of People's Representatives, stressed the need to work with due emphasis to solve the problems observed in the education and training system of the country.
While we present this draft bill to this House, we are not only demanding approval, but also to be worked with due attention on solving the problems in the education system after it discussed by various segments of the society found at all levels. As per the direction set by the government, making the necessary supervision is also crucial.
The minister pointed out that only 4 million kids whose age is 4 up to 6 years go to preschool education. What he said was not satisfactory. He added that the number of students attending their education in primary school means from grade 1 up to 8 is also not as required. Dr. Tley reiterated that the number of students that go to secondary school is not increasing as needed from year to year. The minister has raised his concerns over the narrow classroom and quality of the construction of schools in different places. According to the minister, the attention that has to be given to quality and expansion of technical vocational education and training as well as higher learning institutions is also not as expected. Based on these problems and others, opinions and ideas pertaining to improvement of education and training systems have been presented to the members of the House of People's Representatives. Among these areas, learning in mother tongue and quality education were the major ones.
The education policy, which was drafted in 1994 and got international recognition, states that the students of Ethiopia shall learn in their mother tongue. Pedagogy also indicates the importance of learning in mother tongue. So, due attention should be given in this draft bill about this issue. Generally, the improvement made in the education system is good. However, due attention should be given to quality education.
According to OBN's Kabir, the improvement is mainly focused on education expansion, education structure, teachers' education, technical vocational education and training, as well as attention of higher learning institutions, finance and educational administration.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed launched a national initiative to improve Ethiopia's investment climate. The initiative is an integral part of Ethiopia's action plan for jobs, according to Office of the Prime Minister. It will make Ethiopia a competitive place to start and grow business. The office added, Ethiopia needs job-creating roles. Successful businesses and entrepreneurs drive jobs growth. The government has an essential role in identifying and addressing constraints that prevent the private sector from growing and generating jobs. The national initiative identifies over 80 distinct actions to be delivered across 10 government agencies. With clear direction from the Prime Minister, the reform measures will be monitored by the Policy and Performance Unit of the Prime Minister's Office and coordinated by the Ethiopian Investment Commission. A Ghanaian journalist, Elizabeth Oheni, in her analysis of changes taking place in Africa this year, described Ethiopian Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed as an exceptional leader. She said Abiy Ahmed has been doing the seemingly impossible ever since he unexpectedly became Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Sorecha Kabanecha has looked at the report.
In the series of letters from African writers to BBC Africa, Ghanaian journalist Elizabeth On looks back at some of the big events on the continent in 2018. The Ghanaian journalist articulated that it has been a year where one is tempted to invoke the always something new out of Africa theory. It's not every day you have a prime minister leading a group of soldiers into doing press-ups, particularly not when the armed soldiers had tried to force their way into the compound of the prime minister to protest against monthly ways. It is the the type of scenario that is to end up in cops in the old days. But Abiy Ahmed has been doing the seemingly impossible ever since he is unexpectedly became Prime Minister of Ethiopia in April. He is 40 years old and currently Africa's youngest leader. There is nothing predictable about the man and how he has set about doing his job. Ethiopia had been seen by critics as an authoritarian state that brushed off criticism and remained an implacable enemy to neighbor Eritrea. But within a few months of taking office, Mr. Abiy had lifted the state of emergency, released thousands of political prisoners, allowed dissidents to return home, and unblocked hundreds of websites and TV channels. When she expressed the diplomatic success of the Prime Minister, Elizabeth Owen mentioned that people were digesting and desiring changes on the domestic front. The Prime Minister, in the sphere of diplomatic relations, did the equivalent of making the sunrise from the west. He ended the state of war with Eritrea by agreeing to give up disputed border territory, thereby normalizing relations with the long-time enemy. This came an unexpected visit to Eritrean capital, Asmara, and publicly holding hands with Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki to declare the end of the 2 decades-old war. Flights and the telephone communications have been restored, and there has been an outbreak of love between the two nations that has changed the world. In her expression that the Ghanaian journalist Elizabeth Owen pointed out, the unprecedented move of the Prime Minister, move of the Premier to empower women. And if anyone thought there had been enough surprises, in October, Mr. Abiy appointed women to half of all the cabinet posts. If that does not sound impressive enough, there were other changes. Ethiopia now has a female president, Sahle-Work Zewde, a female head of Supreme Court, Maza Shenavi, a female head of Electoral Commission, Burtukan Mideksa, and the official spokesperson of the government is a woman. Billani Aster to you.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed met with the Law and Justice Advisory Council set up 4 months ago by the Attorney General's office. He expressed his appreciation for the voluntary work they have undertaken over the past months in reviewing and recommending legal reforms according to the office of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister also emphasized that changes to prior established laws like the anti-terrorism and civil society laws will have to ensure citizen freedoms without compromising the rule of law. The Oromia Land Administration and Utilization Bureau announced that it is working to implement comprehensive land utilization plan. Relevant discussion has been held in Shashamane town. Aklilu Gabru has the story.
The Oromia Land Administration and Utilization Bureau said that it has been working to implement comprehensive land utilization plan in the near future. It was said that the Oromia Waterworks Design and Supervision Enterprise is developing the plan. The Bureau has organized a discussion stage with the Oromia Waterworks Design and Supervision Enterprise for experts and officials drawn from RC, West RC and Isiawa Dons in Shashamane town. On the event, head of the Oromia Land Administration and Utilization Bureau, Dr. Milkeessa Miidhagaa, said that the entire Oromia lands have been categorized into different basins for the purpose of research. Dr. Milkeessa added that the comprehensive plan is the first in its kind at the national level and helps us to wisely use our land assets. After the research is completed and changed to policy, there will be the law to administer land. Head of the Oromia Waterworks Design Supervision Enterprise, Mootummaa Tamasgeen, for his part, noted that the comprehensive land utilization plan has been researched as per the intended plan. Research has been conducted in a way that ensures public benefit. Coordinator of the research team with the Oromia Waterworks Design Supervision Enterprise, Taye Kabbada, has pointed out that major problems in relation to appropriate land utilization process have been well analyzed in the research. Some participants of the discussion expressed their readiness to implement comprehensive land utilization plan.
In our zone, we are ready to implement the plan that would ensure the wise use of land.
The Oromia Urban Development and Housing Bureau has concluded the training it was providing to experts drawn from different parts of Oromia on urban policies and strategies. Again, Aklilu Gabru has more on that.
Training which has been offered for new urban sector experts and officials on policies and strategies was concluded. While winding up the event, head of the Oromia Urban Development and Housing Bureau, Dr. Engineer Fikadu Fufa, said that policies and strategies should be implemented in a way that ensures the benefit of the public.
This training enables you to know and implement the policies and the strategies for socio-economic and the political benefit of the nation.
Dr. Engineer Fugadu urged the trainees to work for the nation by the knowledge and skills they have acquired so far. The trainees were certified and visited developmental works undertaken in Adama town. Some trainees had to say the following about their training.
We have get better knowledge on urban policies and the strategies that enable us to solve long-standing public grievances.
We've got good input on how to expand roads, administer better and green areas in our town administrations, she said. Participants drawn from central part, eastern and southern Oromia zones have attended the training.
Head of the Oromia Agriculture and the Natural Resources Bureau, Aba Dabale, said efforts are underway to expand mechanized farming throughout Oromia. A delegation led by the head has visited sample farm plots in Jimma zone. Here is Lata Teresa for more.
Farmers of Omonada district in Jimma zone of Oromia regional estate witnessed that they have been using combined harvester. Head of the Oromia Agriculture and Natural Resources Bureau, Aba Dabale, said the move is an indicator of Oromia regional government's plan to modernize the agriculture sector. He underscored that it will be worked with attention on the move so as to expand the exemplary experience of the farmers of Jimma zone to other places.
Combined harvester
Maize combined harvester is not known in our country. With the discussion we held with regional and federal level, currently 2 combined harvesters were imported and are operating in Jimma and Walaga zones. Hereafter, we will deal with other farmers on the issue to expand it to other areas.
Administrator of Jimma Zone, Abdullah Kimulu, said the move plays a vital role in realizing technology transfer.
The new technology will have greater advantage. We are very happy about it. We want that our farmers learn more about technology. It saves time, is cost effective, and saves labor force. It also helps farmers to resist climate change.
Farmers who have been utilizing the machine said that they have gained a lot of experience. They also said that they will be committed to expand the technology to other parts of the country.
Previously, we used to stay in the field for harvest for about a month, but after we began to use this combined harvester, we finished our work within a short period of time. It's very good. We are very happy. It addressed our problem. Now we are striving to increase our product and productivity.
The combined harvester was imported from Brazil by a company called LP. The Ministry of Agriculture and Oromia Agriculture and Natural Resources Bureau has contributed a lot in supplying the machine to the farmers. A delegation led by head of the Oromia Agriculture and Natural Resources Bureau has visited plots of model farmers in some districts of Jimma zone.
That brings us to the end for this news edition. Thank you for watching and have a nice time with the remaining OBN's programs.